the past watching videos of us. I have been trying to get rid of your stuff, but voices in my head are telling me to stop. It's all I have left, all I have of you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today I have a Feast of Unleavened Bread / Passover recipe video for you. So today we're going to be making garlic unleavened naan and jerk chicken meatballs. So first I'm starting out with making the naan. So I'm going to put 5 cups of flour in my food processor, and then I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, but you can feel free to add whatever salt you like.
Everything we said, but I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that, love me like that? Oh, staying inside in my bed all day long, listening to sad songs.
And I'm going to go ahead and add about a ½ cup of avocado oil, but you can use any cooking oil that you have, followed by coconut cream. So the original recipe calls for yogurt, but some people feel funny about using your yogurt during the Passover Feast of Unleavened Bread because yogurt can be used to ferment things if you let it sit for a really long time. So I'm using coconut cream. So I'm using about 2/3 cups of coconut cream in this recipe, along with 2 eggs and about a ½ cup of water.
Everything we said, but I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that, love me like that? Oh,
and I would normally use fresh garlic in the recipe, so you can feel free to use fresh garlic, but I was being lazy, so I just added a teaspoon of granulated garlic. Then I went ahead and blended it up for about 30 seconds to a minute, and the dough should be not super wet and sticky, but definitely not dry, nice and fluffy and soft to the touch. So you'll see when I pull it out what it's supposed to look like.
Now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said, but I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that, love me like that?
Next, I wanted to go ahead and section the dough off. So this recipe yields 16 pieces of naan bread. So I basically cut it in half, then cut it in 4ths, then in 8ths, and then 16ths. I think that's right math. Don't ask me nothing about math. I have issues with math, but I think that's right. So that's what I did, and I proceeded to go ahead and fry these bad boys up.
I don't believe what I see. Why are you wearing gold? You're nothing more than silverware. Thinking you're so bold. Falling for bullshit. If you like me, then say it. You don't get that I see through this facade that surrounds you. Growing up takes time, so don't you waste mine. You and me ain't right.
So I went ahead and put the fire on medium low, and then I melted some vegan butter in the pot. I like to use the cast iron skillet for this, but you can feel free to use any heavy skillet that you have, heavy bottom skillet that you have. And I'm basically going to take each piece of the dough, basically roll it in a little bit of flour, shape them into discs with my hand, and then I'm going to roll each piece out.
Over you, so done with
And then once I add it to the pan, what I'm pretty much looking for is those bubbles that you see right here. That's an indication that it's ready to flip. And that's pretty much what I did. Cooked it on the other side, and you want to make sure you get those nice brown bits before you go ahead and take it out. And then I pretty much repeated the process until I was finished making all of the naan, which is a very tedious process, but it's completely worth it.
Soon I'm climbing off for
So that is the finished product of the naan. So basically I just put a dish towel over it and sat it in the oven until I was ready to share dinner. So next I'm going to move on to the jerk chicken meatballs. Well, chicken meatballs. So first what I'm going to do is grate some fresh onion in there. I like to do that, one, because you get the onion flavor, and two, if you grate the onion in there, the onion juice will keep the ground meat moist. So I like to do that. I just did a half of a small onion. Then I went ahead and added about 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, and then 2 teaspoons of pink Himalayan salt, and then a tablespoon of jerk seasoning. I also added 3 eggs. I only show you 2 on the clip, but I did end up using 3 eggs, and that is the way that I don't use any leavening in this recipe, any breadcrumbs or anything like that. That I use the eggs as the binder, and it works really well. I then used a clean kitchen towel to squeeze the water out of my spinach. So basically I just opened 2, I believe these are 12-ounce bags of frozen spinach. You can use fresh if you have that on hand, but I just wanted to use up this frozen spinach that I had, and I put them in the middle of the dishcloth, and then I basically just squeezed all of the water out of them using the dishcloth. That way didn't have any extra water in the ground meat.
Tell me it's gonna be alright. We gon' work it out. No way, no way, no way. Yeah. The floor is cold. It chills my bones. I'm all alone. Send me to you. It's been a month since you've been gone. I'm all alone. Send me to you.
And I somehow lost the footage of me putting the spinach in the ground chicken, but you want to make sure that you use your fingers to separate the spinach like I'm showing you in this demonstration of someone else's video. But you want to make sure that you separate it and then mix everything together. Do not overmix it, but just enough so everything is combined. And then I went ahead and assembled the meatballs, and when I was done, I baked it in a 450-degree oven for about 15 minutes, and basically that was just enough for them to be cooked through. Righty, and that is the finished product of the chicken meatballs. I did go ahead and also make a homemade Thousand Island dressing just with some mayonnaise, some ketchup, some dill relish, and a little bit of maple syrup for some sweetness. And then I had some coleslaw mixed in the fridge, so that's what I used instead of lettuce. And I just heated up the naan bread just a little bit for it to be pliable. Sliced up some of that some of the meatballs, and then I put some coleslaw mix on top, and then drizzled some of the Thousand Island dressing. And it's so good because you get that combination of sweet and spicy, creamy. It hits all of the flavors in your mouth, all of the parts of your mouth for a burst of flavor. I would love for you guys to go ahead and try this recipe and let me know how you like it for your Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread. These are just ideas. You can kind of use this recipe or just put your own spin on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed, so I hope you guys have an amazing day, and shalom.
Yeah, you could be my lifeline, you could be my sunshine in a world so full of pain. Can you make it?